Welcome to Joyful Tea Time. I am Cindy Perloff, and I'm here with Mary Beth Halbrick, and we are here sharing some special moments and some thoughts about stuff. So we're just going for it. Mary Beth, we were having a conversation this morning. It was really fun. I have done some work with the Marie Kondo organizing method, and so Mary Beth had some really cool insights that she was sharing about other ways of applying this beautiful way of tidying, not just organizing, but really tidying not only our lives, but our thoughts and the things that move us. So, Mary Beth, yeah, just go for it. Like, share what you were sharing with me this morning. It was really fun.
Yeah. Hi. So this is based on the book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And this is all about like tidying up your physical space. And there's a process, and she teaches a process of how to do that. And as I was watching one of her videos, as she went in to help someone tidy their space, it just made me think about that we can do the same thing with our thoughts. And because her whole premise is that as you're tidying and getting rid of things, and you want to keep things in your life that spark joy. And the way that you do that is you take the item, piece of clothing, book, whatever it might be, and you hold it up to you. And she says that, if you just get like this feeling like, oh, and it feels like it sparks joy, or it's like heavy and brings you down. And so if we're able to do that and sort through the exterior things in our life, how do we do that on the interior things, specifically our thoughts? And so as we're going through and we're thinking of something, and even just asking myself, does this thought bring me joy? And if it doesn't bring me joy, I need to put it in the giveaway, either in the trash or recycle or donate. And but I need to get it out of my space. So how do we do that more on a day-to-day basis so that we're saving the things that spark the joy and we're sorting through the things that don't? A beautiful part of her process is the things that you're letting go of is that you thank them. You thank them for what they've given you or provided you in whatever kind of way. And so how beautiful is that? It reminded me, Cindy, of the see, feel, hear process, where we go into our emotions and we see them, we feel them, we hear them. And that's an opportunity to be able to say thank you and to give those a voice. We live in a society right now where everything is like people are just shut off from their emotions. And it's like you're not supposed to feel. And as a result, everything that's going on in our world, just emotions are erupting everywhere. And so to be able to have a process to do that, whether it's the Lifeline Technique See, Feel, Hear process, or it's taking teachings of other people's work and applying that to our thoughts. So, because usually when I'm in a situation where I'm triggered and the thoughts that are going on in my head are blaming or whatever that is, does that bring me joy? No, it doesn't. So how do I say, thank you, blame. Thank you for showing me and awakening me to my truth, and I'm ready to let you go now. Thank you. And put that in the bin over there, and then be able to turn and look at the things that do serve me and pull those out of the drawer. And even her way of folding things, like she has a way that every piece of clothing that you fold and you put back in your drawer, you infuse it with love. As you're folding it, you take the energy that's in the palm of your hands and you put that into the fabric and you fold it and you give it love, and then you fold it in such a way so that each piece can stand up on its own, and then you put it in the drawer so that you can see every single thing in the drawer. Nothing is like just stacked on top of each other. So to be able to put our thoughts and emotions in their place and in a way where we can see them and draw on them when we need them, it's like a beautiful process. So I wanted to just share that with you, Cindy, and maybe you have some thoughts on that. I know you went through the whole process or are in the process of how she recommends all the different categories in the book and how you go through them. And as you're maybe explaining those, then I'll see if there's anything that checks in with me on how to do that with our thoughts.
Yeah, I think that's a beautiful way to do it. Now I'm in the process of, I didn't complete the whole process of the tidying, the different categories. And I started with the easy ones that she said, which were basically the clothing and the books and the paperwork. But it is a process, and it's something to be committed to. And what I found is that there are emotions that come up through even that, like certain things, like not wanting to let go of certain things. And it's just a way to mirror like, what is it that I think of when I think of letting this go, even though it doesn't really bring me joy, even the memories attached to it don't necessarily bring me joy. Maybe it's like something that my mother gave me that I feel like, gosh, if she comes over and she wonders where it is, then I'm going to have to, I used to like pull things out that she gave me when she would come, because I would feel guilty about getting rid of them. And, so it was about really looking at that, how I felt, the guilt, whatever, and how I want to embrace. A real issue was acknowledging that I didn't need the things, that I kept the love that she gave me from it, but I was able to let go of the stuff. And so just finding new ways of allowing myself to own my power of what I have in my space and what I decide to keep. So that was one of the things that it gave me great joy. And I was just so grateful to have the Lifeline technique in my life, because to me, it really has, the more and more I am practicing the Lifeline, the parts of the Lifeline, and, just acknowledging that the feelings that I'm feeling in the moment are legitimate feelings. And so to honor them, but when it like owns me, and it just makes, it keeps coming into my life where I feel guilty, and that pattern of guilt, and whatever the emotion is, or sadness, that the actual moment of it is fine, but then to like see where it stems from, to find the original part, where it comes from, that part of me that didn't have the ability to own my power or to feel how I felt, so the see, feel, heal process to me is magic, is really magic, and not only get to know myself, know what I'm feeling, and to acknowledge it, even put a word on the feelings. And at first I had to use one of those emotional charts that you can print off the internet. I found one of those charts and said, well, how am I feeling? And I looked down the chart to acknowledge what the feeling was, and start to get some emotional intelligence just about myself and how I was feeling, and to acknowledge those things, and then to choose, well, okay, I don't want to feel that way, but how do I want to move forward in this? And I just really love the idea of the thoughts as well, just to be aware. It's about becoming self-aware of, what am I thinking right now? What are the thoughts that are rolling in the back of my head, that I'm not even aware of, that are moving me or not moving me, or that keeping me stuck.
Right.
And what you were saying about acknowledging those thoughts, not just to get rid of them, but to really be present with them, acknowledge them, almost like hold them and say, thank you for serving me. At one time you did serve me, but, I'm ready to let you go, and then to, let it go with love, rather than with, not wanting it anymore, get rid of, but with appreciation and love. I think that's a big part of it, even though it might feel hard to get to that place.
Right. Yeah. And you just reminded me of Gary Zukav's work with the seat of the soul and the heart of the soul. And he talks about thinking about our thoughts, and does this expand me or does this contract me? And to be aware of, is my energy leaving my system in love and trust, or is my energy leaving in fear and doubt? And to get back to that place of being able to, because I think usually we hang on to those things out of fear and doubt. And then when we're ready to give them away, part of the process of that is to be able to let them go in love and trust. And so it's just like, it's beautiful. I love all of our different teachers that we're studying, and how we're coming together to have a joyful cup of tea and just to share a quick conversation with our community.
Absolutely. I
So
agree.
here's to you.
Here's to all of you. Here's to all of us
Yes.
living with uh, joy and discovering what our joy is and what our passions are, and being able to be with our however we're feeling and acknowledging it with love and compassion. So here's to next time too.